Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another one of your programs, People, Places, and Events. This program is a show that brings to you people, places, and events that count in everyday life, that can change the narrative of our life, and that can create impact. Today in the show, we have a special guest that we will not want to unveil right now until we bring you back to the second part of this program. Like we told you in the preamble of this program, we have a special guest that we are ready now to unveil his identity. He has spent almost all of his professional life working behind the camera. So we decided today to bring him in front of the camera so he can tell us what it feels to be in front of the camera rather than being behind the camera. He is an audiovisual technician, a seasoned one for that matter. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet Emma Tibui. Welcome, Mr. Emma Tibui.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tambe.
We decided to bring you today in front of the camera so you can let our televiewers have a little understanding of what it takes to be an audiovisual technician, a seasoned audiovisual technician like yourself. Can you tell our viewers, what does it take? What does it make one to be an audiovisual technician?
Thank you very much for having me again on the show. I would like to tell young Cameroonians like me that being an audiovisual technician working for TV stations, working for productions, you produce, you send people on air, but you are behind the cameras, that it takes passion. You need to have passion in what you want to do. Because being behind the cameras, behind the dashboards, pushing the buttons, sending people on air, and you're behind. And at times it's very difficult that they'll even call your name, that is this person that is behind the camera, just for a few of you that will give credits or earn credits to the technicians. Very few of them do. It needs passion for you to be behind, and you need to be very calm, because a little error is being seen, your error is being seen by the whole world. Meanwhile, a presenter or a journalist, a TV host can make an error and you correct it behind, because you receive the images before sending it to the people. So if you discover an error, you can hide it, but if you make an error, it goes to the wall.
Now, when you get others in the screen that you put in the screen, because you are the one behind the cameras, you put them in the screen. When you see others in the screen, how does it feel like? Does it feel like you a little bit envious, wanting to be in their position too at one time, at one point of the time?
Not really. Not really that I like to be, or I feel envied. I want to be on the screen also. I choose to be behind the screens.
Okay.
Nobody asked me to stay behind the cameras, behind the machines, working. So choosing to be an editor, cameraman, a TV producer is by passion, because I choose that path with the passion I had being there. Nothing gives me pleasure than when I am behind there, sending people on air, putting people on the screens, showing them to the wall, doing what I like to do best.
Being still on that trail of ideas, how does it feel like today that you have been brought in front of the camera? You were always behind the camera. How does it feel like today you will be in the front of the camera and everybody's seeing you? Say, this guy is the guy who always brings us those images that we see every day. How does you feel? How does it feel like today?
It feels like now I know what some of our colleagues go through when they come on air for the first time. I heard like camera frights, you know, you start mixing words. And at times I correct them, not knowing that when I sit on that seat, when you come in front of that camera, it's It's not the same putting in knowing that your voice is entering a mic somewhere and people are listening, people are watching you. Yes, now I understand what they go through when they start on their first flex on screen, and we scroll on them, shout, no, don't do this like this, go this way, stand this way, talk like this, face the camera, look at the public, you are talking to the people. No, I understand it now. I'm feeling a little pinch of it. And I would just want to say thank you very much again, because this is a first of its kind, seeing an audiovisual technician on air, on a TV show, talking about what they do behind the cameras.
I love that you've been very, very sincere. So at least from now, you will understand the young journalists who will come in front of the camera and the little mistakes they will always do. Thank God you will understand. But then, you know, the job of a cameraman, the job of a technician, the job of all that is a passionate job that will interest a whole lot of young Cameroonians out there. What would you advise a young Cameroonian who would want to follow your steps?
Okay. What I will advise my younger ones who wants to do what I'm doing, who wants to become a cameraman or a TV technician in any of the domains, either video switching, sound, lights, it's just that they should have passion. It should not be because they've seen Emmanuel on TV today, and they think that when they come and start doing it, they'll have the opportunity to be invited on a set also to talk. It should be by passion that, okay, I love what I see. I would just like to tell you a quick story how I became a TV technician.
Yeah, of course, I was coming to that.
Okay, I was somewhere, let me say, Carrefour Mispo. At that
around
time,
town, Douala?
Yes, around Douala. Just there's a private TV station at that time. The first private TV station was moving from quarter to quarter, doing a live TV show. You know, at that time we had just CRTV, and CRTV would hardly do outdoor productions. So seeing it at that time was like a mystery. TV was still a mystery at that time. Everybody came out. I was there. I saw so many screens, so many cameras. The people talking, and then I run and go out, look in our house. I will see that thing that they are doing on the road is passing on TV. You know, I was like so curious. I wanted to know how they are doing it. I wanted to, and I was still in school. I wanted to become a repairer.
A repairer of what sort?
An electrician. So I wanted to repair electronics, TV, television. That was my first dream. Each time my brother would ask me, what do you want to become in the future? I said, I want to be a technician. I want to be repairing TV so that I will have many TVs in my house. In
a nutshell, you've always had that in your dreams, yes. Walking around TV screens, camera, all those things.
I've always had that since I was very young, because I had an uncle, my elder sister's husband, an in-law, who was a technician. I used to go to his place. I see so many screens, and I was so passionate. I wanted to be like him. He was a model. He's in South Africa now. I wanted to become like him. So each time they asked me, I said, I want to be like him. I want to be repairing also like him. So when I saw this TV that they producing, I fell in love with TV works, being a technician. I never admired the journalist that I want to become a journalist sitting in front of the cameras. Because that day I was walking behind technicians, seeing what they are doing behind, seeing him pressing, and somebody will change. You press this one will come. They will take the studio live. I said, I want to know, I want to become this. So the passion started growing. From there, and by the grace of God, I met one of my teachers who trained me in Bamenda. So I actually started in electronics in Kanyabasi, Douala. I was there for 3 years. After I graduated, I learned for a trade. That trade for 3 years. I had to stop when Chinese came into Cameroon with spare parts. A TV gets bad, they just buy a complete board and go and just change all the engine and then put a new one. I said, with this style, in the next 2 years, we'll not have.
A lot of people will not have food to eat.
We will not have food to eat, so I need to switch. That's when the TV technician becoming a cameraman, because that's what I wanted to do only. But when I got to that school, it was a new school that was being created to train young technicians in Bamenda, Tarinkon to be precise. So when they wanted to create the school, they said, okay, they will need teachers, but now they cannot recruit. They cannot go to any TV since we don't have many TVs at that time. They will not go to a TV station to remove somebody there to come and be training the guys, the younger ones. So they had to train people and then use them as teachers and then re-employ them. So I was lucky to be one of the first students, and that was so serious and so passionate about it. And my boss, who is a Nigerian man, gave me everything I needed. At times he would sleep in the office for him to show me some of his techniques that he would do only when he's alone, when he has calm head. And he always told me not to be pressure when you want to work. No matter the pressure, they'll give you around, because they
yes,
must
because
be
it is important to note that this work is a work that entails a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. But that pressure should not make you do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So you should always learn to be calm inside. Anything they talk, they say, when you are about to carry out a particular task, you need to digest it inside. At times you see me, I get angry, even in the office, I get angry, I go outside.
Yeah, because the pressure will always push you to that.
I'll stand there
to take some cold breeze, yeah.
I'll enter back in the office, and then you do what you have to do. Because at the end, you must do what you have to do, no matter the pressure.
The responsibility is there.
The advice to the younger ones that are watching us right now is that if you are going into this profession first, you have to be calm. I will not sit in front of the cameras today and lie to you that I'm a very calm man. At times, I'm very hot also.
Yeah, but you need some kind of self-control.
So you need to have self-control, and you need to have passion. Your passion needs to be at least 95.99% or 99.99% over the money you want to make in. Because at times, you will not make money the way you think you should make. But if you enjoy what you are doing, everything will fall into place, because the way you do it, it attracts people to want to give you or to want to employ you, because the way you work. I've worked for a private TV station in this Douala that many bike riders, they carry me today for free, where they say, hey, grand, tu ne me rappelles pas, tu ne te rappelles pas, tu ne te souviens pas de moi, c'est moi, je venais souvent te regarder quand on faisait l'émission en bas de la route là. Tu dansais souvent avec la caméra comme ça en travaillant. They'll carry me for free, and I said, but this guy, so people were actually noticing what I was doing, because I'll come there very early at 6 a.m. I was leave at Try to Mobi Bonakangwa to produce a show live in the morning show. And then you go to one woman that is selling beignet, I will be the one walking the up and down, what they call in French baladeur, a movement camera that goes up and down to get some type of little details that, if you have fixed cameras like the ones we are having in the studio, or the 5 cameras that we are having are fixed, now we need a movement camera that will be going around, that will take some type of details, the hand, this mommy is frying beignet, you go there, this puff, you pick into the pot, you see the meat, you see this. That's just the role I was playing in the show, going around and around. So it was just passion that made me to enter. So the advice to end on this question is just, you should have passion in what you are going, not because mama asked you to go and become a cameraman or a TV technician because you've seen Emmanuel today on TV, you want to become him. Become yourself, be yourself, and have passion in what you want to do.
Listen to you talk is like it is so easy to pick up a camera and move in the street and give nice images. What are some of the ordeals you go when you're doing this job?
Carrying a camera to the street is one of the one area, because we have so many difficulties in the different departments. Being behind the cameras is not just carrying a camera to the street. We have difficulties, but I'll start with the camera because we go to the street with cameras. when you go to the street to interview people, it's very, very difficult at times to get somebody to talk, to answer a question on a particular topic that you're doing. At times you take a camera, we go to the street, you say, excuse me, sir, good morning, sir, please, we are doing an interview, or we are doing a this on this topic. You say, no, I don't want to talk about this topic. I want to talk about the government of Cameroon. If you are doing that one, you come, I will talk. So they want you to do what they want, not what you have been assigned to do. Because in the morning, in every TV house or radio house, before you see them with dictaphones or their microphones and cameras on the street, they had a topic that they have debate on before they go down to the streets to produce that report. That people will just watch. They'll just see you walking on the street where you come to them to give their opinions or to get reactions. They want to orientate you to where they want it. And at times you go to some other people, they'll tell you that you pay me first. That should be funny.
That should be funny for real.
Yeah, at times I used to ask many of these people on the street, and they are our viewers. Now, when you watch this TV in the evening, or you watch news in the evening, do you watch TV? You say yes. Which channels do you watch? You even mention our own home TV. I say, you watch home TV? You say yes. Do you like our news? You say yes, I like the news because it's like this, it's like this. And at times you show real images. They don't like to turn it. They give their information, it's balanced. I say, okay, that's good. But when you watch it like that, who do you pay? Do you pay before watching home TV at home? You say, no. Pay to who? I'm paying cable now. I say, okay. Since you are watching the channels, all the amount of channels you have in your house, how much are you spending per day to pay? You watch other people talk, right? I say, yes. I say, okay. And the one will come to you now for you. It's your turn. It's your lucky day. The camera have met you on the way. You should also talk so that other people will watch you on TV. Then they say, hello, Petit, see, and then you see the person will accept, okay, what do you want? What type of opinion? What's your question? You go. At times you go to some, they will not even want to see you with the camera. They chase you out with, even with water. They say, if you come here, don't put that camera here. I'll sue you if I see my image and this. And we don't have rights to film somebody without his consent,
Yeah.
Unless it's in a public area, like the markets, on the street. These are public areas. You cannot go to someone's shop because you want to do, let me take an example that the power failure, power cuts, constant power cuts. You go to somebody's house and you start filming the house without informing the person. It's not like you are asking for a permission, but you need to inform that person that, okay, we have come here to do this, and we'll be taking images around. Are you comfortable that we take images of your appliances or with you talking to us? The person says, okay, and there you go. It's not just that you go to the camera, you just send your mic. Hey, Mr. Tambe, can you please tell us about the constant power cut in Bonaberry? No. At least you have to talk to the people. So these are few of the difficulties that we face on the field with the camera. Some other difficulties will be, let's say, it will be internal, and every house have their own difficulties that they face. I will not take my former areas that I've passed through to compare the one that I am in, because everyone has a difficulty and it's different. They have their problems, but different problems.
Every house has their difficulties, and they must face those difficulties to move forward. For every house is called to grow. Good people, you're watching People, Places, and Events. We have right here in our studio today, Emmanuel. We'll be coming right back. Stay tuned. Standing behind the camera and snapping other people to send the image to the eyes of the world has always appeared to be something very easy. And to prove to the world that no job is easy, it takes passion to do whatever you're doing well, to the appreciation of the world. That is why we brought today the audiovisual technician, Emmanuel. So tell us, Mr. Tibwe, how long have you been working as an audiovisual technician?
I've been for more than a decade. I've been working as an audiovisual technician for 13 years. This is the 14th that I've been in the field. I've worked for 2 private medias in Cameroon. This is Home TV is my tech. Even though it's not my dream working media to media, but no, we're looking for greener pastures and better conditions of work. You know, living. I was even telling you a story earlier in the program. I did not even end to tell you one of the private medias I work for is the one who developed my passion. So I saw, it's the same TV that I saw producing years back. And when I went back, I studied, I learned a trade and became a technician. That is my second channel.
And you were lucky to be employed in this channel.
I was lucky to be employed in that same channel. But unfortunately, I met the channel when it was at, it is down, climbing the steps.
It was declining.
Downward. So
that explains why you had to move on.
I had to move on.
Okay.
After, you know, you try for some time and it does not go, you have to carry on.
Yeah. Now let's go back to the technical part of the job. At times we watch TV and you're passionate watching a program and you notice that pictures stick like a novice, like a layman on the street. You never would understand what's happening. Now we have a technician in front of us. What can you explain happens when these images of a TV stick and get still? Okay, that's what I want to. That's the word I want to use. What happens when for the image of a TV during a program to get still?
Okay, I would like to just correct you. In our language, we call it freeze.
Yeah,
the image freezes.
That is the technical language.
Yes,
okay,
so
I'm using the everybody's
yes,
language in the street.
So at times, yes, there are so many things that can cause an image to get freeze. Like now, we're doing a program live. Our image can be freezing through bad weather, can cause it, and that is the most rampant cases. It's not necessarily from the base, but from the satellite, because we produce in our base here, which is we are in Bonaberi right now. We produce here. We send it up to the satellite, and then the satellite sends it back for people to receive in their houses. For us to be seen out of the amount of for the 54 African countries that they are receiving us today, it must go to the satellite. So when it reaches the satellites, when coming back, you know, it does not. It comes back in the form of what do we say, wave?
Yeah, wave.
It's a waveform that people receive the signals with their decoders, their dishes, and then they can now transmit, convert the images to RF and radio frequency signals, and then they send it to other cable lines to receive. Your cable distributor might be the cause, because in his place, if he did not fix the dish, is not well placed, you have freezing images from time to time. If a heavy wind or a strong wind is passing or heavy rain is falling, you will not have images, because as the rain is dropping on the dish, it will be shaking. So as it changes position, the images will be freezing. So it is very rare to see that freezing images will come from the base. It will often come from satellite. When the image is going up, if it's freezing, when going, you know that the same freeze images will come back into our dishes for us to receive at home. So that is the most frequent. And very few cases you notice that an image freezes because there's a technical error or a technical fault that they want to correct, and they cannot leave a blackout. They can just freeze the image at that point. They correct what they have to correct, and then they leave it to continue. Or they can freeze a still picture on air for some time. They work, and then they come back on air. But before doing that on TV, we often inform our viewers. If it's coming from the base, you will see under the scroll, everybody that's watching us always make efforts to read under the scroll bar. The bar that is passing will always give information. If we have technical works going on in the studios, want to redo our studios, or want to redo some type of connection, or change our machines, or update our machines, to put it under, we are undergoing technical works, technical issues, or we want to update some of our DVDs. So for some reason, for this reason, you will not receive or you will not watch your favorite program at this time. Because at that time, we'll switch to another machine who does not carry all the normal shows that we have recorded.
That doesn't have the power of the former machines that we're working with.
So that's just preparing the mind of our viewers that, okay, at this time, we'll not be able to give you what we are supposed to watch at that time because we are undergoing some little works. But we'll come back soon as we are done. And when we are done, you see that everything will fall back into place. We'll come back to say thank you for the patience.
Which means that our viewers are very lucky to have you today on screen. So we explain the things that they were doubting for quite a long time. Before we end this today, we cannot end this show without asking you, for instance, if today you were stopped by whatsoever from doing this job, what other job would you like to do?
Okay, if today I'm stopped from doing what I'm doing now, to be a producer.
If, for instance, you should be obliged to change your profession. You should not be behind the cameras again. You should not be.
If I'm obliged to change, that's why I say stop being a producer. Yeah. What I would do is take a look at me. If I'm to stop today, I will switch to White Vision. That's producing outfits, good African designs.
Okay.
I'll convert your suit to an African dress.
Meaning that you are
I will change it.
An African
I'm also
man
a designer.
par excellence.
Yes. I'm also a designer that is still on the making. I'm not yet a very good professional that way.
Which means that
I am
you are an African man par excellence. If you are not holding the white man's camera, you can do something.
For myself.
For yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a passionate one today, having with us somebody who has been permitting you to see us on screen like you're doing now. We've been opportune to have Mr. Emmanuel, seasoned technician, to sit right here and tell us what they go through behind the camera for you to have images that you have at home. We are lucky, aren't we? This was People, Places and Events. Thank you for being there today. Nice day, everybody.